Hello everyone, I'm Zethrix.
And I'm Savazar. And we played Dinkum for 100 days, and here's what happened.
Welcome to day 52. We started the day off by collecting our compactor, and we made sure to collect all of our monies. Of course, naturally, I had to test out the compactor. I was impressed. This thing was a dirt-eating machine. It's basically all I've ever wanted. And now I just needed the dirt printer to complete the expansion of the farm. I collected some animals, the usual chores. I bought a table saw, and I couldn't believe how expensive potatoes were. I'm not giving you my money, John, but I will buy a mining pass. It was John's birthday, so I gave him a meat pie. I made sure to not disappoint him this time. I went to Franklin, and I learned what I needed to make the dirt printer. 5 opals was going to be a hard material to collect. I had almost 6,000 permit points, so I purchased the handling license level 2 and learned how to make an animal stall. I purchased a handling license level 3 and I learned how to make the animal den, as well as the silo. I also purchased the animal processing license and learned how to make the cheese maker. And lastly, I purchased the animal processing license level 2 and learned how to make the spinning wheel. I was busting up my shiny rocks to try to get some opals, and unfortunately, I only got 1 opal. So that meant I had 4 and I just needed 1 more. I made all the new goodies for the animal farm, and then I realized they were due for an expansion. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me, I know how Savazar is with animals, and this probably won't be the only expansion. So I leveled out the ground a little bit with my new compactor, and I basically just made the farm a lot wider. Not only on the right side, I started working on the left side too, because I knew as soon as Irwin finally moved to the island, this animal farm was going to fill up really fast. But it wasn't long before I finished the expansion. I think it even fit better in our town, and it is big. And now I just want to give big props to Savazar because she has done some amazing work over here. Good job, Savazar. And now we wrap up day 52. And what are the chances? On day 53, Irwin decided to visit town. I went straight to the farm to put the final touches on it. And before I can even finish the expansion on the farm, Savazar was already bringing animals over. I started reorganizing and redecorating and finding a nice convenient spot for everything. Just wait until you see how many animals Savazar is going to bring to this farm. Prepare yourself. Now, I think that looks much better. And keep in mind, we're going to be adding more buildings, more animals. It may look big and empty now, but I'm sure in a couple more weeks, it's going to be overflowing. I went over to Franklin to try to commission a new item. And a lot of the items that Franklin can make, you need certain licenses for. So my options were very limited, especially since I spent all my permit points. But I still made sure to order a quarry. This will basically pull rocks from the deep mines and bring them straight to the surface. I finished the quest for Irwin, and he gave me the recipe for a marble path. I collected my money, and it was time to make a deposit into the bank. We now have 1.6 million dinks. And I made sure to go out and do more metal detecting. At this point, I think we just about cleared out all the metal on the island. I was not getting as many goodies as I used to. But here's a little look at how much we have right now. And this just isn't enough. And here's also a look at all the materials we have. And that wraps up day 53. We only had a few more days left of the season, but I was going to make sure we ended strong. And on day 54, I got my quarry from Franklin, and I put it right next to his house. I'm sure we're going to be commissioning a lot more of these. Here's a quick sneak peek at some of the decorating Savazar was doing. I was so in love with how our town was looking. I went over to have a chat with John, and John did me dirty. He asked me if I wanted a shovel. I said yes, and then he told me he didn't want to give it to me. How rude. But just take a look at how cute our town is. It's really coming together. I try to help Savazar decorate when I can. I do all the boring ugly stuff, and she does all the sweet little cutesy stuff. Once I was done decorating, I went out metal detecting. I pretty much metal detected all day. I was trying to go to every area that we haven't been yet, and you could really tell if we haven't been somewhere, because this little area was covered in goodies. I was literally here for the entire night collecting all the metal. And here's what this area looks like at night. Savazar was doing a really good job. So we mainly needed springs and gears, and I had gotten a lot today, which made me pretty happy. And now it was time to look at Savazar's final touches on her band area. She was making sure to show me every cute little thing she decorated. So now that we're a little bit past the halfway point, I just want to give you guys a quick rundown of the town. We've been working on this world for 54 days, and now we only have another 46 days left until the big finale. And I would definitely say that in the first 54 days, we have made some absolute monstrous progress. Between me efficiently trying hard to do as much as possible, and Savazar's amazing decorating skills, we make a good team, and we have definitely brought this place to life. I would definitely say that my favorite part is this little production area. And I love the tree farm a lot as well, of course. But I think the production area is perfect for just about all your needs. I really love that it's the center of our town, and we've pretty much built everything surrounding it. And in hindsight, we definitely didn't plan any of this out at all. But I think that's what makes it so great. It's the fact that we took this big, ugly, open, red Australian outback, and we've been able to turn it into this amazing, beautiful town. So I hope you guys enjoy the next 46 days. Thank you. And now it was time to wrap up day 54. We collected lots of metal today, but it still wasn't nearly enough. Welcome to day 55. I made sure to collect all my money, and I started my day with the usual. Every morning there was always new bush devils sleeping here, and I always wreaked havoc on their lives. They were usually the first animals I caught, because I am obsessed with dinks. I thought these were corn on the cob, but they're definitely sausage rolls. Melvin was visiting. He was being a stubborn old man, and he still didn't want to move to the island. And now it was time to spice up the mines. I'm able to use some of the ruby shards that I have to take us to level 2 in the mines. Things were about to get weird. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. Especially after when we first get down here, there's a plant trying to chew Savazar whole. What is going on down here? It was super cool, but I definitely didn't think we were safe. I made sure to mine everything I could, as usual. And now in mines level 2, there are a lot more goodies in the chests. So I was basically just after treasure rooms. And then I met this big old weirdo that kept attacking me with his tongue. That's not okay. And I found my first treasure room, and it was filled with these nasty, nasty little bugs. I don't think even Savazar would like these ugly little things. You have to destroy their little nests. I really, really don't like these. But regardless, I got to my first chest. And I was impressed. I got 2 new blueprints and a new whistle, as well as a sprinkler. That only made me want to find more chests. It wasn't long before I found another treasure room, and I found a lot of new goodies in this one. I got some new ore that's used for improving tools, a stone wand, and another blueprint. I found another treasure room, and this time I found an emerald. I didn't even know these were in the game. I made sure to take this back to the elevator right away. And I hit the jackpot, because not only did I find 1 more, but I found 2 more emeralds. So we were at a total of 5. This treasure room had multiple rooms in it, so it was full of goodies. I got a frilly statue, more ore, and another blueprint. But now it was getting late, so it was time to call it a day and head back home. I learned how to make the brick fountain, the glowing mushroom path, and I was wondering when we were going to learn how to make one of these, but we learned how to make a wooden lamppost. And that was a wrap for day 55. It was a pretty successful day if you ask me. I was a big fan of level 2 in the mines. And now it was time for day 56. I added a chest next to the bed, and I put all my extra special goodies in there. I was trying to keep it all away from Savazar so she didn't take it from me. And I also made sure to give Savazar a chest of her own. I made it pink, so maybe she'll stay out of mine. And I gave her some of the vines I collected. Money! It was time for another harvest of our wattle bushes. I was becoming a big fan of this. And naturally, it was time to expand it a little bit. The more, the better. It was also time to collect all our fruits from our fruit trees. Look at all those goodies. You know, eventually these are going to be worth a lot of money. I took all my emeralds out of the elevator and I started making a nice little pile. I just wanted to admire all my treasures. We had almost 500 apples, so I made sure to keep up with my brewing. I continued with my daily chores of catching animals. Even though it was becoming a chore, I knew I was making tons of money. And I bet you never would have guessed, but I'm expanding the tree orchard. I learned that I could plant more fruit trees in between all the other fruit trees I had planted. So this just meant I was basically going to double the size of our fruit tree forest. Could you imagine? My face. But before I could finish, it got late and it was time to wrap up day 55. As always, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And please, let me know what your favorite part was down in the comments below.